I finally made it. It's welcome to another edition of Sports Corner Special Steeler Draft Preview. I was going to go over the whole draft tonight, but it's late, and I really don't feel like going over it tonight. So tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m., we are going to have a special Sports Corner. Well, I'll go over the entire draft, each team, who picked what, where, and how, and why we believe that they picked those things and everything else. So don't forget about your comments in the comments section as well. And I welcome all your comments tonight. My email address is above the screen here, as you can see. And it's great to be here tonight. I am Ralph Williams, if you're not aware. We are live here tonight on YouTube and Facebook. All right. Today, the Steelers finished up their draft. They traded their 5th-round pick and got another 7th-round pick. You know how Kevin Colbert always says that we think we can get a better athlete in that round rather than this round, or who we wanted we didn't think would be available in that round. And that probably could be the case simply because, you know, there were all the athletes and all the people that I thought the Steelers were going to take were off the board already before the Steelers even had an opportunity to pick them. They got the quarterback they wanted in Kenny Pickett in the first round, and then right after that, everything just came into place for the Steelers. The interesting part about this draft is that the quarterbacks, most of them, did not start really going until the 3rd round when the Tennessee Titans drafted Malik Willis. Desmond Ridder went in the 3rd round as well. And it seemed like a trend. Like if a wide receiver was drafted, then another team would draft wide receivers. And there were a lot of them. Wide receivers were so much that instead of having a top 20, they had a top 40 in wide receivers. That's how many there were in this year's draft, that's what they had to do. Your comments are welcome in the comments section. Please feel free to do that if you're interested in commenting on the Steeler draft tonight. Tomorrow, 8 p.m., I will be here again live on YouTube and Facebook with the whole NFL draft. We'll go over all 7 rounds, who picked what, and including we'll talk more about the Steelers draft tomorrow as well. And I think the big topic of discussion tomorrow night is going to be about Jordan Addison. And I have my take on this. Lincoln Riley ought to be ashamed of himself, the new coach of USC. But we'll talk about that tomorrow at 8 o'clock p.m. And then at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow night is the way I see it. I was unable to do Friday night's broadcast because I had some technical issues. I'm trying to iron out all my technical issues. As you can see, I'm using a different streaming service here because I was using one before, and it seemed to continue to go out. So I had to start another streaming service, which I have right here. Also, you can catch my other shows tomorrow, 11:30. I will be on for Mahler's pregame, and then the Maulers play at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, and they play against the Michigan Panthers. And I believe they're going to be on prime time. I have to check and find out. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2:30 tomorrow. 2:30, and I believe they're on the USA Network tomorrow. I will look at that schedule, check my Facebook page for the for what time. I will be on 11:30 because the game's at 12:30, but I'm not sure what network they're going to be on. The Maulers play, and then I'll be on after the Maulers game with a post-game Maulers show. And then don't forget on Wednesdays, 4:30, Mauler Talk with me, Ralph Williams, the only Pittsburgh media person doing a Mauler media show or Mauler Talk dedicated strictly to the Maulers. All right, let's go over the Steeler draft. And again, I welcome your comments tonight on the Steeler draft tonight. All right, first, as you well know, and if you don't know, then I believe you've either been hiding under a rock or you just simply don't have no clue of anything of what's going on with the NFL draft. Well, Kenny Pickett was drafted 1st round by the Steelers, quarterback from Pitt. We all knew that was going to happen. We all knew that was coming about. The Steelers were looking in the first round for a quarterback because of the death of Dwayne Haskins. They had considered a quarterback in the first round from the get-go, but what had happened was they were looking at other positions, defensive tackle, they have some linebacker spots they have to fill, and a whole bunch more. So the basic situation coming up was that they wanted to take a look at doing those positions before they were to take. They had to look at the offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, corner, safety, things like that. The wide receivers, they were short 3. They drafted 2 today, plus they drafted Connor Hayward, which happens to be Cam Hayward's brother. He plays tight end and H-back. Matt Canada said he already has some plays worked up for him. So you know what? We're ready to go with him. I think he's a playmaker. He was at Michigan State, and I watched him in the game against Pitt, of course, if you watched the Peach Bowl. I'm Ralph Williams. This is Sports Corner. We are doing the Steeler Draft review, not preview, review. We're reviewing all 7 picks, and I'm going to give you who their new undrafted free agents are as well. All right, so that'll be coming up as well. All right, that was pick number 1, Kenny Pickett, quarterback, Pitt. Everybody said this quarterback draft was not good. ESPN has already made their comments. They said Kenny Pickett was a poor pick by the Steelers. They don't think he's going to be able to make it to be the starter next year. But Mike Tomlin says he has an opportunity. I don't, you know what, I think that's wrong because they brought in Mitch Trubisky. I see Mason Rudolph sliding out. I'm not real sure exactly where the situation's going with him and his contract. I mean, I know he has $5 million, and they could probably, clear $5 million out of the salary cap and use it to get a couple linebackers or another defensive tackle or even another O-lineman. They did address the offensive line late in the draft, and they also signed some undrafted free agents as well. All right, next pick, round 2, they addressed the wide receiver position, and they got another Hines Ward, kind of a Hines Ward. This guy's name is George Pickens, wide receiver from Georgia. He was in a car accident last week, but that doesn't affect what's going on with him. And he's been he is healthy. Nothing really happened to him, just some bruises, that's it. So he basically has... he'll be around for the Steelers when they need him. And I think George Pickens is a good pick. He's a good blocking wide receiver. That's exactly what the Steelers need to get the running game going. Round 3, they picked the number 1 defensive tackle in the draft. And there were other people who got drafted ahead of him. DeMarvin Leal, defensive tackle, Texas A&M. All right. This guy is 283 pounds, but he's a really good defensive tackle. He can get up through there. He has speed. The only weakness with this guy, according to what I'm told, is that he has a lot of soft tissue problems. I heard he's been out with some soft tissue injuries throughout the course of his career as in a college setting. I'm not exactly sure if he got those straightened out or not. I don't know what you can do to get those straightened out. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what can be done there. Round 4, we picked Calvin Austin III, wide receiver, Memphis. Now, I questioned this pick, and I was at church tonight, and I was talking to a buddy of mine that's in sports media. His name's Ray. And I said, Ray, I don't know about this guy. He's too small. He might be fast, but he's too small to be a wide receiver. And he pointed out to me something that I thought of when I was on my way to church today. You know what? This guy ain't half bad. Do you know how Matt Canada has already said he's got jet sweep plays ready for this guy. So what I'm saying is that this guy's good for the jet sweep stuff. And, he could set up in the backfield. He's got a lot of speed, and he can catch. And I heard he's really super fast, but he's only 5'8.5", 170. That's where I'm concerned at, is the fact that a small guy like that. But we need wide receiver help because of our lack of it right now. We just signed Miles Boykin, and we'll see where he goes from the Ravens. He's kind of like a tweener. He's going to be a fill-in kind of guy, a little bit of a veteran presence. We have Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, George Pickens, and now Calvin Austin III. And I will tell you that they, and then in round 6, they got Connor Hayward. That's Cam Hayward's brother. I watched this guy, not just against Pitt, but I watched him in some other games. He's a tight end, H-back combination. Matt Canada's going to have a field day with this. And, you know, something was said tonight by a guy I know that's on 93.7 The Fan, Adam Crowley, and I can't believe I'm actually quoting something from Adam Crowley. I'm not going to go into that, but me and Adam, we've, done our piece already. So we're going to leave that's water under the dam. So, but he said tonight something quite interesting about Matt Canada that I sort of agree with him on. And that's the fact that this is Matt Canada's year. This has to be. All right? This is going to be his second year as an offensive coordinator. He was one of the kind of guys who was brought in to bring in some different plays and some spice up the offense a little bit. Claims he couldn't do it last year. Mike Tomlin gave him a pass because of Ben. He had to put plays together, and he couldn't run his offense specifically for Ben. Excuse me. So anyway, he had to do that, and but this year there is no Ben. There's Mitch Trubisky. There's Kenny Pickett. All right. And I'm going to introduce Mason Rudolph, and I'm going to introduce you to our new quarterback in a few moments. All right, next, round 7, A pick, because we have 2 picks, A and B. A pick was Mark Robinson, linebacker, Ole Miss. And next, round 7, B pick, quarterback, Chris Oladokun, South Dakota State. All right, there you go. There's your 4th quarterback that's in the mix. They can put him on the practice squad, let him learn, let him grow, and maybe he's the future. See, the Steelers had to address the quarterback crop of the future. What about the Raiders? Block is here. I'm not sure what the Raiders picked. They didn't have too many. I will be talking about the Raiders tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. because I'm going to go over the whole draft. Tonight I'm just talking about the Steeler draft, Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Sunday, right here, live on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for your comments, Block. I know the Raiders didn't have too many picks. I know that. So we'll go from there. But anyway, the Steelers picked all the picks for all 7 rounds. Okay, now, right after the draft was over, the Steelers signed some undrafted free agents. They signed running back Mateo Durant from Duke. He was rated number 20 of the running backs. Running back Jaylen Warren, Arizona State. Herm Edwards, his coach down there. Guard Chris Owens out of Alabama. I understand this guy can play guard and center. He can play multiple positions. That works for the Steelers as well. Offensive tackle Jake Dixon Duquesne from Duquesne. Wow. Defensive tackle Donovan Jeter, Michigan. Let's see. Outside linebacker Tyree Johnson, Texas A&M. Outside linebacker Tupo Moultrie from Auburn. Cornerback Chris Steele, USC. And offensive tackle Chris Tucker as well. The Raiders could go all the way this year, Block. Anything can happen. You have a new coach, Josh McDaniels. This is his second go-round. He brought a lot of personnel with him from the New England Patriots. A lot of coaches and office personnel went with him down there to Vegas. I think the Raiders are going to do okay this year. Josh McDaniel in his second tenure as a head coach. He was a coach up at Denver for a few years. Didn't work out. He interviewed for the Indianapolis job. They were ready to give it to him, and he turned it down. And then they had to hire Frank Reich. So, Block, I believe that the Raiders could do well this year. It all depends on how they draft. All right. Thank you. Hey, y'all, to you too. I appreciate your comments, Block. Thank you for making your comments here on Sports Corner. We're here on live on YouTube and Facebook. Anyway, I just ran down the Steelers draft for you. I'm going to run down some of my shows of other shows that I have here on live on YouTube and Facebook as well. Don't forget on Tuesday night, 8 p.m., live right here, Sports Corner with me, Ralph Williams. We're going to talk about the Pens, the Pirates, and we're going to give the draft a little bit of a break. We're going to talk about the Riverhounds and other Pittsburgh sports as well. And I will also go over a few things with you as well. Now, coming up Thursday night, 8 p.m., Blog Talk Radio. Myself and my two special guests will be Smoking Jim Frazier, my co-host on my TV version of Sports Corner, and also my regular co-host, Mark Mancini, will also be joining us. 347-205-9631 Thursday night, Blog Talk Radio, Black and Gold Sports Show. Our show's real popular. We're up to almost 300 listeners. So let's continue to grow. You can subscribe to my YouTube page or my YouTube channel, and like me on Facebook as well. I would appreciate that also. And my email is above here. You can see my email. You can also email me with your comments as well. All right. Also, don't forget on Thursday night at 10:15 p.m., I'm going to have a very special Sports Corner draft review. I'm going to have some special guests with me. I'm going to have Claudio Rosano from Pittsburgh here. He is an author, coach of the CMU baseball team, but he is also on Steel City Sports World and the Boxing Authorities. He's going to be on with us to talk about the Steeler end of the draft. So is Joe Kuglis, a local draft expert. He's going to be on with me as well. And I have a special guest, Scott Morganroth from South Florida. He's going to be on. We're going to talk about who Tampa Bay picked. Miami didn't have a lot of picks, but we'll find out. Jacksonville and Doug Peterson cleaned up down there. So we're going to see what they're going to do. I'm in the process of getting Steve Bellisari on from New England, talk about the Patriots and what they drafted and what Bill Belichick has done as well. And if maybe I'll reach out, Block, to a Las Vegas Raider reporter or somebody and see if I can get them on as well. Maybe we'll talk about the Raiders draft. We'll talk about all the teams' drafts 10:15 also on Thursday. Sunday night, 8 p.m., Sports Corner as well. Also, don't forget 9:35 p.m. tomorrow night, I will be on with my show called The Way I See It, General Talk, right here on YouTube and on Facebook. I have some boneheaded people out there. We're going to talk about the boneheads. And then don't forget tomorrow as well, starting 11:30 a.m. in the a.m. before the 12:30 start. Pittsburgh Mauler pregame USFL coverage. Also, don't forget after the Maulers game, Mauler postgame, they play the Michigan Panthers coached by Jeff Fisher tomorrow afternoon starting at 12:30. All right, this has been Sports Corner Special Steeler Draft Review. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I will be on with a total draft review, which I will review all of the teams, who they drafted, make my opinions, also who the Steelers drafted. More of your comments tomorrow night, 8 p.m., right here, live on YouTube and live on Facebook, right here. I am Ralph Williams. I thank you for tuning in. Thank you as well. Don't forget to catch the archive on either YouTube or Facebook on my page as well. And also from down there in Oakland, or in Las Vegas, I thank all my watchers down there for commenting. Much appreciated as well. Thank you. Have a good night. Be safe.